Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming back to check out one of my videos. This is not so much an opinion piece, well, it's an opinion, but it's more of along the lines of stuff that I would like to see change with the Microsoft Xbox One and subscription service. Now, don't get me wrong, I own a Xbox One. I do not own a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 3. So I cannot make any type of, you know, wants and, give my opinion on that. Why would I? I know nothing about it. I do know that the UI has 3. People are like, well, why change it when it's not broke? It was totally broke in on the PlayStation 3. It needs to be updated. So, anyway, the fact is, no console's perfect. No PC's perfect. So, get over it. So, these will be minor gripes and one really big one, at least to me. Well, probably 2 big ones, if you think about it. Okay. Let's see here. You know the whole 360, okay? And how I know I'm going back and forth, back and forth. I'm trying to cover up the stupid mic popping, and I don't know why it's doing that. I got covers over it. I've turned it down. I've done everything I could, and yet it still is causing problems. Even though I'm not clipping, it's just sounding like clipping. But anyway, when it comes to the 360 games, when that finally has the backwards compatibility, it needs to be more simple, okay? I shouldn't have to plug it, like pull my old Xbox 360 out, plug it back in just to be like, okay, I want those games. I want that game. I want this game. I want that game. Or I shouldn't even have to go online to take advantage of the free games. I'm just asking for it to be simpler, not just for me, but for everybody else. Okay? There's no reason why Games with Gold here shouldn't say Games with Gold and then Games with Gold 360. Okay? So this way you can get both of your ones there. So I would like to see that come over here. So this way it's just one click and then you move on. Okay? And whenever we go into My Games and Apps, instead of it being way, way down here on your total list where it says find more in the store, because this is where you have to go once it loads. You have to let it load. Don't hit find more in the store. You just have to let it load. And this is where it says ready to install. And this is where it has all the 360 games for you to install. I believe if I already own the games, there should be a place on probably right around here where it says games and apps. Like there should be one that says 360 games. Do you want to download it? So this way you don't have to go all the way down there. Okay? It's just easier for people who don't own an Xbox One to be like, "Oh, okay, there it is." All right? Now, on to the subscription part of it. Let's go to EA Access here. Now, when you go to EA Access, I do not own it because I do not think 13 games is worth $5 a month or $30 a year. I think it's a great price, but I hear that EA Access is thinking of, well, EA is thinking of taking advantage of the whole backwards compatibility and bringing all their other games to it too. Now that in itself, with all games, is worth a 1 month subscription for $5 or a 12-month subscription for $30. Do not get me wrong. A a 10% discount is great, and I think that this is where I'm going with the subscription thing, because we pay $60 a year, 39 or something like that for 3 months, and then $10 for a month. We should have at least 10 to 20% off of all Microsoft DLC and new games. Now, this one here, you not only get that there, but you get a chance to try the EA games out 5 days before release. Why can't we do that with Microsoft's deal? You know, it needs to be more. It would definitely make it more appealing to be like, okay, I don't mind paying, the extra money. And I know there are websites out there that you can get it for around like $30, but here's the thing: I've read the terms, I've read the conditions. If they find out that you used it, then you could totally lose your account, which would suck, and that's just not worth it. But what I'm asking is for them to do something like this. This would be totally awesome. Or how about like, I buy the Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Can I get an extra 10 or 20% off of Gears of War 4 when it comes out? Because I bought the digital content, it would say that I own it, so it could easily just. And I know that this is only for the digital because whenever the hard copy comes out, if someone goes to the store and buys it, they buy it. I've totally embraced the digital, and the way I look at it is whenever the hard copies come down to like say 10 or $5, I'm going to buy them just so I have them for later on, just in case I run into whatever problems if I go offline. Now, my feet are standing still. I've been over this like 3 or 4 times. That's because I kept screwing up left and right. So, let's see here. What else? Now, believe it or not, I have a small gripe, just a small one here. Whether you guys think it's a pain in the butt or not, that's okay. Now, this use code, you have to go into games and then go to use code, okay? Why can't I just go right here, press start, and just go to use code? Is there a reason for it? The only reason I say that is because they have moved it. I'll show you where it was beforehand. You had to go into settings. You had to go to subscription service, or subscriptions. Go into see Xbox Live Gold details. Then going to use code. What the fuck? Why would you not take advantage of just pressing start and putting it right down here? Or at least, because I said either put it on the home, like over here under by the search, or right up here somewhere, or hell, put it up where you go back and forth. Go boom, use code. It'd just be so much easier. Now I know Windows 10's coming out for it, so a lot of stuff is going to change. So we might still have the same thing, or we might actually have it to where it's a lot easier for people to do it. And the other thing is, it's just, I wish Microsoft would start doing 50-50 with the codes themselves. I'm tired of scraping off the back, putting in the code, and it not working because I missed a letter or a number. Now, that's just a small gripe, and that's probably nothing to you. If anything, you're probably like, "Oh, quit your bitching." I get that. But I'm just looking at, making it easier for everybody. It's not just me. So they gave you the Kinect so you could scan those little boxes so you can easily just scan it, move on. I can't use my Kinect because there's not a goddamn thing for me to use with it except for Xbox, do this, Xbox, do that. And most of the time, the son of a bitch is very sad and lonely, and he goes, "Hey, did you say my name?" And that's whenever I'm playing a game, getting into it, and I didn't say a goddamn thing that said Xbox. So I'm really hoping whenever you go to say, "Hey, Cortana," that she'll listen without, thinking otherwise, without you actually saying it. So I'll be glad. And then I actually wouldn't mind using it all the time. But anyway, that's just a small one that I would just like for them to take care of. Let's see here. Now, when we go into games, I'm going to show you something whenever it comes to the new games. Hell, they do it inside the coming soons and everything too. But tell me something whenever we go across there. How many doubles, how many more triples, how many more quadruples do you see of the same fucking game? Now, I've been into a bunch of them, and unless you go into the ones that say bundle and then click on the bundle and it has all of them there for you, you have to literally go around and find them wherever the hell they are. You mean to tell me that Microsoft, for crying out loud, Microsoft, why did you make this such a mess on your games? Is it to make it look like you don't have game, or make it look like you have games? Like, you don't want them to look like, go through it and be like, oh, they have such a sparse lineup. If anything, you just make it such like a headache. And I really hope that they've added A, B, C, D, E, F, fucking G. So this way we can easily find the shit that we want. Because we could totally go into the deluxe edition here for Forza if they just had one. Just one. And then up at the top here, not up here with my name, but if they had another button that go up there and said click, choose the one that you want, and then by the buy, it would switch the price to whatever it is, and then you can just go down and hit fucking buy. It would totally make it so much easier to navigate, and it would look so much better. Microsoft, please fix this. This shouldn't be like this. This has been like this for 2 years now. It needs to change. It needs to change quick. So that's a big gripe that I have. I mean, I get along and just deal with it, but still, they just, it's just so annoying. I mean, fuck, Battlefield. Oh, really? There's a fifth one. There's a fifth Battlefield bundle. Yeah, like that couldn't have been on the other 4. So, yeah, guys. That's pretty much it that I can think of. And you know what I would like to see? I would love to see, you know how Steam has the refund thing? I would love to see that come to console. There's no reason why it shouldn't come to console. You know, have these developers look at it and be like, damn, we better make sure our T's and I's are fucking dotted and move on. Except for the T wouldn't be dotted, it'd be crossed. But you understand what I mean. So, I believe that's everything that I can think of that I wanted to talk about. Yep, that's about it. Hopefully you guys agreed with me. If not, so sad. But I do want to thank you for watching. Please come back again later. And I will talk to you guys in the next one. Good night, everybody.